This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribing. Let's get right into the news. All right, so we got 50 Cent. He is getting approved for a lot of stuff in Shreveport. 45-year lease for former Shreveport Stageworks. He's made a heavy investment in Shreveport. This was all like in limbo for a while. He wasn't sure if he was going to get the tax credit or not. That was the whole point of moving to Shreveport. So that's a go. And Rick Ross can eat a D because Rick Ross acts like he's doing nothing. Who would want to rebuild a house from ground up? He's not even rebuilding that mansion from ground up. You tear it down to bare bones and you rebuild it from that. It's a lot cheaper. Anyone building knows that. You keep the foundation built from that because all the piping and everything's already done inside of it. Big Meech. Meanwhile, Big Meech is over here in his new Cybertruck acting like 50 Cent whole career relies on BMF when his first super success started with Power. BMF was going to have some nice spin-offs off of it, but it's not the be-all, end-all of everything going down. So, I mean, Big Meech just looks like a clown at this point. He's in the Cybertruck pumping Rick Ross. I think on Big Meech. Right now, you're shelved. Your life story is shelved, buddy. You're screwed. You're screwed, buddy. Lil Zayn makes a reappearance. I think Lil Zayn acts now. Didn't 50 Cent put him in some stuff? Well, Lil Zayn attempts to check Bambi's fiance. He's on Love and Hip Hop too now. If you don't remember, Lil Zayn came out in like the late 90s, early 2000s, I think. He had one song. He asks about when they started dating, but then gets humbled. I don't care. It's just funny to see. Dame Dash is still going at Vlad, saying he's getting works for the police. Come on, bro. Let it go. You things didn't work out with you guys business wise. You're petty. Vlad's petty. It's not a good mix. You guys are taking petty shots back and forth at each other. Benzino tried to go in on Vlad too today. He said, "Look, see, they're trying to pin us against each other." Benzino, all you do is get on social media platforms and gossip about, 50 Cent came out, he was leaking, and I saved his life. You say dumb things that make people react. He says these white people were doing that. Why? What white people were doing what? I think the person interviewing some of the other people are black. Like Nori. So what does that have to do with white people? When Nori was interviewing he's talking about Benzino's lying and all this stuff. Benzino did some great things with the source. Can't take that away from him. But he lies a lot, man. He's damn near 60, obsessed with weird stuff. You can't take away what Benzino did in hip-hop culture, okay? But the things he obsesses over, he keeps going back and forth with Vlad. He'll have beef with Vlad, then he goes back. You can't trust Benzino. That's why Dave Mays doesn't mess with Benzino anymore, honestly. It's all good, Benzino is, forever legendary. You got to keep it like that. I think he has a temper issue. He's always on police cameras doing weird stuff. There's like 8 police videos of him getting arrested. For like stupid stuff, traffic infractions, baby mama drama, stalking an ex, driving with a bad license with his kid in the car. I mean, it's crazy stuff, bro. Crazy stuff. This is great. Brick Baby, the score gang is Brick Set. It's a valid subset of the 60s. They're trying to paint him as an extortionist now. If you got extorted by a Brick Baby, jeez, bro. I think he was just trying to extort that same. That cannabis operation that Big U was getting extortion money from, that they basically offered to him, and it was a setup because it was Fed money. I think Brick Baby fell for the same decoy. And then Wack100's on Adam's podcast, like, yeah, I know that guy. What? Dude, how do you know all these people? This guy was a Fed plant and you know him? Like, what? And then Wack100 is, what did he say recently? He's still posting this stuff about Big U saying Henley recounted he's bigger than any Rolling 60s member, including Nipsey Hussle. He thinks this is going to be the be-all and end-all to change everybody's mind about Big U. Big U was bigger than Nipsey in the 60s, not on Earth. Nipsey was bigger, but it's different. He says Henley stated if he had an issue with anyone, they would no longer be alive. I think they got off of wiretaps. You know, people talk spicy on the phone. Big U did himself in with them wiretaps. I'll tell you that much. It's not all Wack100's fault. All Wack100 did is bring attention to him. And plus, there was other incidences where, come on, there's always a target on people who make a lot of noise in the gang community, right? You get wiretaps, you're on wiretaps. What you say on there, you're cooked. Joe Budden is being brought to court by a neighbor over nudity incident allegedly made hostile living space. Bro, you know 50 Cent's going to pick that up today. And Big U, oh yeah, some people were like, you don't know Big U. Well, why was Big U name dropping me on his podcast?
On that remix. And at the time, I didn't really know who Nick was, but I remembered him from World Star.
When we did the little
JordanTower. Right. And actually, we had that footage.
So, come on. Stop. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. I'll check you guys the next one. Peace.